Hey, welcome back to the podcast, Bondi. What's Bondi?
It's a beach.
It's a beach in Australia. This week on the podcast, how to use guilt effectively. That's
Boom.
Let's clap about that.
That's some good stuff.
Because I got some. Let's make some good use of it. Is that what you're saying?
You got some guilt?
Well, no.
No?
Not really.
Not really?
You know, they say that a clear conscience is a sure sign of a poor memory.
Hey!
And so
My conscience is way clear.
I got me a real clear conscience. No, this is good. I think this is going to be very helpful.
Before we jump into it, I wanted to mention the merch stores up and running.
Yeah!
Great. I put in my order.
Sweet.
I got some stuff on the way. Maybe today. I was kind of hoping it would get here before the show, but it may be arriving today. I'll go pick it up and be spotting it. Two things I want to... first thing's mine. Second thing's yours.
Okay.
It was your idea.
Mm-hmm.
But the website says that free pickup if you walk into a store.
Yeah.
But to mail it to you wherever you're at, it's $9.99 flat fee, whatever it is, however much.
Anywhere?
Anywhere.
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 Bondi?
Bondi, Australia,
And $9.99.
$9.99. New Zealand, $9.99. Guess how much it is to ship to Vietnam?
How much?
$9.99.
$9.99.
And if you're sitting in London and you actually wanted one of these hats to wear while you're recording in your studio, guess how much it costs to have it shipped to London?
Oh, man.
$9.99.
$9.99.
$9.99.
Netherlands.
Anywhere. Netherlands.
$9.99.
Canada.
Canada. Where we have listeners
We do.
in all those countries.
Yes.
Pretty amazing.
Any country I mentioned, we've got listeners.
That's awesome.
So wherever you're at in this world, if you want some merch, go to the online store, check in, pick your favorite polo shirt, your favorite hat, get a beanie. I love beanies. And it's $9.99. Ship it straight to you.
$9.99. Excuse me. Here's a cool idea, if I don't say so myself.
Yes.
If you order something and you're from really anywhere,
Anywhere. Wichita.
yep, all the way to Vancouver,
Vancouver.
wherever you are,
Queensland.
when you get it, if you will don it, put it on, take a picture and send it to us,
Sure.
would you put it in the video?
I will put it in the video. You'll be a rock star.
Oh, in the Just These Guys, video.
It'll go to the Facebook. It'll go to the YouTube. We want to see if anybody buys merchandise and they want to sport it and show they're supporting the show, we will certainly post it for you. You can find my email address on the Facebook page, Just These Guys,
So email it.
Email it unless you want to print it out. Put it in an envelope.
Snail mail it.
Snail mail it.
For $9. That's not included.
But
there
yeah,
you
if you want to support your merchandise from wherever you're at,
it'd be cool
it would be.
to see some of the folks who are hanging out with us every week. How to use guilt effectively.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
In my upcoming book, Anger Management, one of the skill sets that I teach is that emotions have a purpose. Where we run into problems with emotions is when we try to shut them down.
Oh, wow.
So most times when people feel guilty, they don't like feeling guilty, so they try to not be guilty.
Sure.
And that's where problems arise. And we walk around for days, weeks, years, feeling guilty, trying not to feel guilty. And then we try to do things to make up for whatever we did feel guilty about so we don't feel guilty, not recognizing this is a very powerful emotion that can do so much to improve your life and improve your relationships.
Ooh. Okay.
Boom.
Hit us. That's a boom moment.
Let's start out with an example. When you feel guilty, the emotion is urging you to do something. And so when you feel guilty, the emotion is urging you to think about that specific thing that you did.
Smack me in the head with it.
So, when you do something and you feel guilty about it, that comes to your mind. That's what the emotion wants you to do. It wants you to think about it. And the next thing that comes to your mind is how somebody else was hurt. So guilt wants you to think about the thing you did wrong and how the other person was hurt. Now, our normal reaction is to either not think about it. No, I didn't do nothing, move on. Or we try to buy the other person off. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me make it up. Here's some roses. Feel better. That is not the purpose of guilt, because you will perpetually feel guilty. So here's what you have to recognize about guilt and shame. Guilt is telling you, Lance, whatever you just did is a violation of your morality. This isn't nothing to do with Mike. I feel guilty because in my heart, in my mind, I have a list of rules and regulations, and I just violated one of them. I did something that Lance says is wrong. Therefore, the guilt rises up, calling my attention to me doing stuff that I don't approve of. So there's an internal battle going on right now. So what you are to do with the guilt is first, you're to think about what you did that was wrong.
Yeah.
And be specific. And then specifically how you injured somebody else. Now that you've identified all of that, the second thing you are to do is identify what led up to the offending behavior. So I did this wrong thing. I'll never do it again. But there was something in play that brought this to your mind to do it in the first place.
Right.
So you're to identify what led to the offending behavior and be specific with yourself about what was in play that led you to do this. Because at that moment you did it, you thought it was a good idea. So there was some rationale, there was some set of circumstances that brought to your mind to do this. Now that you've identified specifically what you did wrong, specifically how it offended somebody else, and specifically what led you to do the bad behavior, step 3 is to develop a plan of action to change not the bad behavior, but what led to the bad behavior. Changing the circumstances, changing your thought processes, changing whatever led to you choosing to do this. That is where we invest our energy and our time and our work. Now that you've developed this plan to change whatever led to you doing something offensive, step 4 is to go to the other person that you have hurt or offended. Apologize to them specifically for what you did and how they seem to have felt. And you may have to guess there because, I know how you feel. No, you don't. So I did this, and I'm guessing I really broke your heart. So you apologize specifically for your offense and specifically for the pain you caused another person. And then you identify for them, not as an excuse, but as an explanation of what led you to do the bad thing. And then you identify for them the plan you have developed to make changes to what led to the bad thing.
Gotcha.
And you share that plan with them. So I apologize for having offended you. I'm sure I just really hurt you and caused you to question and doubt our relationship. At the time that I said that, I'd been going through some difficult times at work, and that had nothing to do with you. So what I've done is I've gone to the bank and got a loan, and now my business is flush, and I'll be able to figure out my financial problems. There's less stress there. So now when things come up, I won't be taking it out on you anymore.
Yeah. When you share it, when you speak it into existence, it really starts to affect change.
Step 6.
We're already on 6.
That was 5.
Review.
Step 6, do it.
I like that one.
Do it.
Now.
Do it now.
Yep.
Do it now. Do it now. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. That's it. That's what guilt wants you to do. So here's an example. There's like 4 scenarios here. You tell me which one really feels best for you. And you're going to recognize all of them.
Okay.
Because we've done all of them.
Yep.
And this is one I use all the time, so I'm just going to roll with it. So it's imagination, so use your imagination. But say you have an appointment with me at 2 o'clock. And you roll up to the office, and you go to the door, and it's locked.
Yep.
You're like, what the? He was supposed to be here at 2 o'clock. Where the heck is he? And you're waiting and waiting and waiting. After about 15, 20 minutes, I roll up at that moment, jump out of my car with my sunglasses on, get my keys out. I'm like, hey, Mike, how you doing? Come on in. How does that feel?
Little frustrating.
Right. So scenario 2, you're there waiting 20 minutes. I roll up my car and I jump out and say, hey, Mike, really sorry for being late. Come on in. How's that feel?
Pretty frustrating.
Scenario 3, I roll up. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Sorry for being late. Traffic was really bad out there. Come on in. Let me buy you a soda.
It's getting better.
Getting better. Now, scenario 4, I roll up. You're sitting there waiting. I get out of my car. I come over to you and say, Mike, I am so sorry for making you sit here and wait and wonder what the heck is going on. I'm running late, and that is not your fault. That is my fault. I did not schedule myself enough time between clinics, and so I did not account for a traffic accident out there on the highway. So while I was in that traffic jam, knowing you're sitting here waiting, I went ahead and went through the rest of my schedule and changed everything so that there is 30-minute travel time between clinics so that you will never have to sit here and wait and wonder what is going on again. And as I'm saying this, you're nodding your head, and it's a role play. It's feeling good.
You've taken guilt and made it positive.
Yes.
By actually showing me value.
Boom. Exactly.
You have valued me, my time, my who I am. It feels good.
I'm respecting you.
Yep.
I'm showing you that respect, that I feel bad for what I did, and I made a change to my entire work schedule for you.
Yeah. Instead of just feeling guilty and mad, frustrated about it, kind of just locking down. Come on.
Begging for your forgiveness.
Yeah.
Please forgive me. Did you forgive me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And that keeps going. You'll hear people like a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks later, I'm so sorry because I was beat. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, I really am. I can't get over it. Because they're not letting the guilt work through them. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I made a piss poor schedule here. Now Mike is sitting over there suffering. Let me go through here and change all of this so that I put 30 minutes in that. And then when I get over there to you, I go straight up to you. Mike, I am sorry for being late. I've made you sit here wait and wonder, and it's because of my poor planning. I've gone through and changed my schedule. So step 6, do it. I've done most of that. I made the change to my schedule. So next week, you roll up. My car's in the parking lot. You open the door and walk in. And can you see yourself doing this when you walk in that door? Hey, Doc.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing today? How was traffic out there, huh? So notice, the thing I did to offend you and hurt our relationship now becomes the thing that draws us closer together.
Absolutely.
Here we are joking about my offense.
Yeah.
So if I use guilt as designed, it can improve our relationship. Now, just to close that one out, imagine next week you roll up, open the door, I'm standing there in the lobby waiting for you, and you look at me and go, oh, so you're here today. Yes, Mike, I am. And again, I apologize for last week. I've changed the schedule. It'll never happen again. Oh, well, it better not. Okay, now who's got the problem?
Right. Yeah.
And does Lance feel guilty anymore?
Nope.
No. Lance answered to his own morality, his own set of principles. He made changes to his life to accommodate other people. I've done what the guilt has asked me to do, so I no longer feel guilty.
Yeah. The guilt no longer has control. You have control and are using guilt effectively.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Boom.
That is how you use guilt effectively in your life.
Because we're all going to face those scenarios.
Oh, all the time. All the time. All the time.
Yep. The scripture that came to mind right then was that the Lord makes to the good all things to those who love him and are called according to his purposes. But we can take all things and make them to the good. We can do that.
Sure.
We can take what a lot of, what Satan even was trying to make for the bad and make it for the good by grabbing a hold of it. And we don't, the Lord doesn't work in the medium of guilt.
No.
That's not him.
Mm-mm.
And so this is taking control. I love it. Good stuff.
We're wrapping up.
It's going to be a quick one. It's a good day. Take a hold of those situations that would normally go south and take them north by grabbing a hold of control.
We are just these guys. Pastor Mike on the keyboards.
And we got Dr. Parker
on the guitar.
Left-handed guitar. Have an awesome week.
We'll catch you guys next week.